Hello everyone and welcome to Total War Through the Ages, and welcome to the final episode. That is right, this is the last episode of Rome Total War. It is not the last episode of Total War Through the Ages. We'll be continuing on with Barbarian Invasion, but this is the grand finale for Rome. So, pretty much the entire episode is going to be focusing on the capturing the last settlement. So at this point, we currently only need one more settlement to win. So I'm kind of like still being a little bit careful, and as you see here, I'm gathering an army together. I'm going to be sending over to Ireland to capture that settlement if I need to. That's sort of like a backup plan. And then, of course, we have several armies still in the field and a couple armies within striking distance of a enemy settlement. Now, that general right there, that was kind of a bad idea to move him there. I don't know why I did that, but just a minor thing, small mistakes. As you see, I cycled through a few turns here as I was waiting for some siege equipment to happen. I captured this place. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I was not quite one settlement. I needed two more settlements to capture. So we captured this one here in Greece, which we also captured the statue of Zeus. Pretty nice. And then we're going to attack this one, which will be the last one we need, assuming we actually capture it. So this one, I wasn't too confident going into this if I was going to be able to win. I didn't have a great army setup here. I had a decent number of legionaries and some cavalry, but overall it wasn't an amazing setup. So this was just kind of one of those battles where I did this one for two reasons. One, because I wanted to be able to use the saps, which, as you see there, I'm sending the early legionaries in to do the sapping. And the second reason was because I figured, mainly because I wanted to use the saps before the end of the series, and additionally it was because I thought, well, even if we lose this one, we have a couple other settlements that we could attack either this turn or the next turn and win that way, so I wasn't too worried about it. So I went ahead and did this one first rather than some of those other ones, just because, again, so we could get to use the saps. As you see here, the early legionaries are going in to do the sapping, while all regular legionaries are attacking the walls with siege towers. Now, the saps will undermine the wall and destroy them completely, so that our cavalry can get in that way. This is actually one of the reasons why saps are actually really useful, because they're pretty much a 100% safe way to guarantee destroying walls without artillery. Now, again, artillery is still potentially more useful because you don't have to wait several turns on the campaign map to, prepare them. But either way, it's that is the one downside of saps. But at the same time, artillery also has limited ammunition. Again, saps only destroy a single section of wall, but if you have several saps going, like I do here, that's pretty much going to be several breaches in the wall you're able to do. Now, again, my main complaint with saps is that you cannot choose where to place them. Like they are predetermined on the map. I don't know if it's random or if there's some sort of calculation that determines. By the way, that's the main complaint with saps I have, is you don't get to choose where they go. As you see, we've undermined the walls, so we have two big gaps there for our cavalry to go swarming in, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to send all the cavalry in. Because, again, I was not taking this battle too seriously, as you will see very, very shortly. I pretty much was just like, you know what, we're going to just kind of charge in, and mainly because, again, I mainly just did this because I wanted to see the saps in action. So yeah, we're gonna basically just charge in and kind of see what happens. And with the rest of the legionaries, overall I don't do a very good job. This is not a very good battle from me. I wasn't taking it very seriously, and I pretty much just I made a lot of mistakes, just because I didn't care. I was basically just like, all right, yep, just everyone charge and try and take the city. We're basically gonna just try and capture it. So I didn't have high hopes going into this, and you'll see why. You'll see why. You won't see why I didn't have high hopes going into it. You'll see what I mean by I made some mistakes. So yeah, we kind of get a bunch of our infantry off the wall. We start getting some of our infantry off the walls. The early legionaries are through. Our cavalry, I kind of skipped the part, but our cavalry came in and charged on through here. So as you see, they're engaging that first unit. And I was pretty much just thinking, like, okay, mass cavalry charge, let's go. But I keep forgetting this isn't medieval 2, where cavalry is very strong. I mean, cavalry is perfectly strong in Rome, but in medieval 2, they could totally charge all the way through all these infantry and win. But assuming they're not spearmen. Again, if they're just sword infantry like these guys are, I could easily charge through. And we do have some decent success with our cavalry charging through here, but we do eventually get bogged down and stopped at some point, and we do have some guys start to rout as well. But we do push on through initially, and we routed that one unit, and we're able to kind of charge through. We actually are able to... There's that one unit that hasn't routed right there, and then there's another unit coming in that we're charging. But overall, we could have done, again, I wasn't really trying. Like, I could have used my cavalry far more effectively, but overall I basically was just like, everyone charge, because cavalry charges are fun, even though they're really not that effective, particularly in Rome. Well, mainly in Rome. Like I said, Medieval 2, the cavalry is a lot more, you can do a lot more with cavalry in terms of, like, head-on charging infantry. But there's our general dead, so that's massive setback number 1. So our general decided to go and get himself killed. That wasn't great. And at this point, our like pretty much all our cavalry routes. We have like 1 or 2 units left. Wait, no, actually, they all route. I think at some point some of them rally, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I played this battle, so I don't remember. I do apologize. But here we have our infantry are making decent progress through the streets, though we haven't really met up with the main enemy force yet. That was kind of what our cavalry were dealing with. And as you see there, yes, a couple of our units of cavalry do rally, but I just kind of suicide charged them back in against the enemy general because I don't care. But yeah, there we go. We actually do kill the enemy general, which is pretty good. And then I just decided, hey, we killed the enemy general. Carry the momentum. Everyone charge. Again, like I said, I was not taking this super seriously, and we continue up with through the streets with our infantry. This is a long battle, but overall it was still a lot of fun. As you see, at this point, I sped it up, and I pretty much played out the rest of this battle at double or triple speed. I don't remember which it is. I think it's triple speed. Or maybe it's 4 times. It's triple or 4 times. Either way, I have it sped up to as fast as I can. I just basically play the rest of the battle like that. So again, another indication that I'm not really caring that much, because I just kind of I just play with it sped up, which again is not, I would not recommend. Don't play with it sped up. That's a terrible idea. You can't, it's very difficult to react in time. You can't micromanage everything. In fact, like, you should pause if you want to, like, best results in single player. You should be pausing very often to make sure you do everything correctly. And as you see, masses of my infantry start to rout, and that one unit of legionaries is stuck on the wall. They got glitched out there. So that kind of sucks. But we have we have 1 unit of legionaries and a unit of cavalry left over here. We have that 1 unit of legionaries that's stuck on the wall, and then we have this unit of legionaries which finally rallied. So again, we're just pretty much just charge in with our cavalry and charge in with our infantry, and we're going to just try and push our way through the streets to this town center to try and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here, because yeah, as you can tell, things are not going very well at this point. But I have things sped up. I do actually slow things down slightly, because I am trying to do a little bit better job. But again, like I said, I was not really taking this seriously very much or at all. And overall, this is, I don't know, I feel this is, in one way, I think this is a fairly fitting end to the series. At the same time, it's kind of not. Obviously, like, it would be, would have been much better to go out on a high note of, like, an amazing, epic battle, not kind of this really crappy one that I have here. But this is what we got. This is what I got. So, hopefully for the future games, the endings will be a little more kind of epic and awesome, rather than just kind of sad and pathetic like this one. Hopefully, I do hope this is at least somewhat entertaining and somewhat funny, for the sheer fact of from the sheer stupidity of it. As you're about to see, if you haven't kind of realized yet, I tried to avoid giving spoilers, but I actually do win this battle. I don't know how. Like, honestly, I will tell you, to everyone watching, I have no idea how I won this battle, but I did. And I mean, I didn't win the battle. It was just like one of those things of, like, I don't know, it was just one of those fluke things of, like, somehow my guys didn't just all rout or something, and I have that 1 unit stuck on the wall because one of their guys is up on the wall, one of their guys is down on the inside, some of their guys are down on the outside, so I have no idea what it is. I finally figured out that maybe if I had them go onto the wall, that would work, and it ultimately does. Not that they're able to do anything. And yeah, the Scipii just start routing. I don't know, like, I think it mainly just came down to the Scipii didn't have great quality units, and I think that they got too demoralized overall. So I think it was just kind of, my units were able to outlast them when it came to morale. So I had my cavalry just charge in to chase down all these routing units to inflict as many casualties as possible, because it's like, why not? At this point, I was not super confident that I would win, but I was like, it's possible. So I decided to actually stick and play this out because I did actually have a chance of winning. And so I kind of was sending units in from all different sides. I was trying to surround the enemy a little bit if possible. Again, at this point, I finally get this one unit of infantry that finally gets onto the wall, and so I'm like, okay, so we have a full unit of legionaries, an almost full unit of legionaries ready to go. That unit of cavalry charges in, routes on my guys. 2 units of infantry charge my guys en route as well. My cavalry didn't even get in there in time before those guys routed. But yeah, so at this point we're basically like, all right, well, most of their units are routing or down to basically nothing. I did pull back there because I was waiting on the rest of the last few of these units over here to get in. But then I was like, I can send my cavalry to kind of cut them off. So we basically use our cavalry to pretty great effect here. They send their units to try and catch them out. I believe those are incendiary pigs. Or I think I'm pretty sure they're incendiary pigs and not war dogs. But we send those guys, the incendiary pigs, end up not doing any damage, and I think kind of just burn themselves out. And at that point, we're pretty much all right. Everyone to the town center. It's like, all right, just charge. Everyone charge. Yeah, they are incendiary pigs, but they are still there. Incendiary pigs burn themselves out, and then basically that causes the unit to break. And they don't really do that much damage to my cavalry, because my cavalry are able to outrun them pretty effectively. So overall, that's pretty much it for this battle. Like I said, this was still a really kind of bizarre last battle. But I think all in all, I think this battle is probably a pretty good ending for this series. I think this it feels somewhat fitting to some of my previous blunders over the course of the series. But we are actually coming to the end of this episode and the end of the series. Well, not quite. I will be making one more video that will be going up later today. So the day that you guys are watching this video is going up. There will be a video later after this, which will kind of be the epilogue of the Rome portion of the series, and it will be going into more detail about kind of feedback I am looking for you guys, the viewers. There's a few questions that I'm going to have at the beginning of that video, so even if you don't end up watching the whole thing, you can at least watch the first bit and kind of post either comment below or comment on the thread if you're watching this from the Total War Center forums. So either way, I really would like some feedback. It has questions covering what faction you guys want to see me play in Barbarian Invasion and all that stuff, but we'll be handling that in the epilogue video. But for the time being, here's the end of this one. We're going into it. Final episode, here we go. We've done it, guys. We've done it. Victory. We have now become Emperor of Rome. Hail to the Julii. We have done it, guys. And I have to say, it's actually pretty awesome. If you look, we control pretty much all of England and pretty much almost all the British Isles. We control all of Spain, all of France, a good chunk of like Germany, all of Italy, Sicily, a bunch of all the western islands in the Mediterranean, all of North Africa, or at least all of the western half of North Africa. So we have a pretty extensive empire, and it's pretty good. And we also carved out a pretty good slice of land along the coast of the kind of the western coast of Macedon and Greece, and if we played on a few more turns, we would definitely capture the rest of Greece and Macedon, and I mean eventually we could easily take over all of Europe. But we're going to stop there, so we have achieved victory. Thank you all for watching. Big thanks to everyone who's been watching, who've watched all this entire series and everything, and I'm really excited going in forward. Wow, I butchered that outro, but I'm really looking forward to the rest of the series. I really hope you guys are as well. So stay tuned for more. It's probably going to be a week break before more episodes of Total War Through the Ages, because we're going to be moving on to Barbarian Invasion. But either way, thank you all for watching, not just this episode, but the series as a whole. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you all have enjoyed so far, and I really hope that the next portion of the series, Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, will be even better. And as always, till next time.